This is talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Tuesday the 22nd of April. Ally, Gabby and Abbi. I just thought about that there, Gabby. And that's obviously...
Abbi.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a good one.
How are you this morning?
I'm good.
Good form. What, are you going to come in again and put us right on the edge? Because we were riddled with fear the last time you walked in, whether you had front page paper in your hand.
There's no papers in my hand. This time I think it's all about Tottenham. I've actually got some stats for you which I feel like you might like.
Yes.
Purely for the fact that they are basically everything that is wrong with Tottenham.
Yep.
So maybe I'll give you some of them first. Tottenham under Ange Postecoglou, most home games conceded first in a calendar year, which is 2024. Worst home winless run since 2008. Most shots faced in a calendar year. On course for the highest number of losses in a single Premier League season, with 18. 19 was our worst under Ozzy Ardiles. Longest run of consecutive Premier League defeats in 16 years. Most goals conceded in a competition in a season. 3 North London derby losses in a row for the first time since 1989. Worst points tally at this stage of the season since 2009. We've lost 6 games pre-international break. There's more.
Keep going with the time.
There's more.
I actually feel that you're a therapist here.
It's always therapy.
We should get you on a couch.
Ali, don't stop it. Keep going. We've got time. Keep going.
Tottenham have faced more shots in 2025 than any other team in the Premier League. Tottenham's only home wins in 2025 have come from Southampton and Manchester United. Tottenham now lost the most home games in their history, 8 in a standard 38-game season. Spurs are currently on track to lose 20 games in a single season, the most ever recorded. Tottenham Hotspur Premier League points per game average is at its lowest of 1.1. And the last thing says it's absolutely horrendous.
However, you're going to win the Europa League.
Exactly.
Well, we
What's all the fuss about?
might win the Europa League. I mean, look, if we've got to finish 16th or 17th and we win the Europa League, I'll take it.
Right. So you'll take it. Where do you stand on it? It's good enough. Keep Ange in a job.
No, he's got to go out. Are you mental?
Well, wait a minute. Yeah, when was the last time you won him?
2008, when the same records were looking like that.
And you want to sack a man that say he wins it, you want him sacked. So he wins you the Europa League. You want to get rid of him?
Yeah.
How can that be?
Should Spurs have kept one day Ramos?
Wait a minute, you've had Mourinho. Let's get through them all.
I agree.
Pochettino, you've had them all.
I agree.
Conte.
We should never have got rid of Pochettino, in my opinion.
I don't think he sacks him. I think you're in the Europa League, he keeps him.
He's got to.
I think he deserves to keep his job.
What, you don't even mean that, Al. Don't just sip your coffee in peace.
Yeah, but if he wins the Europa League, surely you can't then just sack him.
If Villa was 17th, but won...
No problem. Because you won a European trophy?
Fine.
Yep, I would, because that's...
that is the most important thing for me this season. That's why I would take it, because we have to win something. Spurs have to win something.
Correct.
But if I'm looking at a 38-game season, Spurs cannot finish 16th, 17th. It's the same with United. It's slightly different this season with United because of when Amarim's come in, and they should have got rid of Ten Hag last summer. They should have done that.
They've been worse since Amarim came in.
Yes, but he does need time, and Manchester United is just an absolute circus, which is not dissimilar to Spurs. But the only thing I would say with Ange, which is where I was still Ange in for a long period of time, was that because of the start of last season and where we ended up finishing, I kind of felt like maybe let him get the players back and then go from there. But the back end of last season massively tailed off when all the players came back. This season, injuries aside, I wanted to wait and see the level of performance they put in when they all came back. They're still terrible. So that tells me it doesn't work.
Well, Ali, we mentioned it yesterday, didn't we, Abby, about, I've been to a few games recently, the PSG game, and sat with the fans, and how excited they are and how their life depends on football and the joy of winning, seeing your team win a game. And Spurs have lost 18 games this season.
I know, mate.
It's like these fans must just be thinking, most expensive tickets in the Premier League. It's you can't even get out of the stadium. The bloody tube station's closed, train stations are closed, and you can't just give us something to smile about.
Just something.
Anything.
Well, that's why. Excuse me. I've got unbelievable sympathy for Tottenham fans. I really do. Right. I genuinely do.
Thank you. It means a lot.
And I want but I know because I don't want
I actually meant that.
I don't want to sound sycophantic, but I actually want them to win it.
Yeah.
So do I. Yes.
I do.
Yes.
Thanks.
I want Tottenham to win the Europa League. For the fans, most of all.
We honestly deserve it. I feel like we've had every style of manager there can possibly be. The project manager, the short-term manager, we've had the pragmatic manager, we've even had managers that aren't a manager in Stellini, Conte's number 2. We've had everything. So that also tells me, I'm not saying that Ange is the sole issue. I think players need to be held accountable. I think the board, I absolutely can't bear Enoch as well. I'm fine on the business side, but in terms of actually running a football club, it's the bottom of their list, and I can't bear that. But I think as fans, you are always the bottom of every single person's jokes.
Do you know what as well? You might be surprised. Maybe Ange would want to go afterwards as well.
I mean, he seems like he can't be asked anymore.
Yeah, he seems like, do I need this? I'm sure his family's still in Australia, isn't it?
There you go. There's a question again. Tottenham win the Europa League.
Go separate ways.
Ange surely has got to be looked at as a success, surely.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because he would have won us a trophy. But at the same time, I think that I don't think it's working. I don't think it's a happy marriage.
No.
It's not toxic like it was under other managers, but it's now apathetic, and you never want to be in that area.
But somebody will have to explain to me, what do you think the biggest problem is? Is it the fact it needs to be run as a business? I'll tell you right now, if you own Tottenham Hotspur, you are absolutely ecstatic with the way that business is being run.
You're never selling. No way.
The way that business is being run, you're ecstatic with it. But how do they transfer it to combine the two? Because that's obviously the problem. They can't do it. And you've had fantastic managers. You've had some great players.
Yeah.
But you really haven't had great teams.
Well, I think the best team that we've had in a long time was probably that team under Poch, right? And we were so close.
Went to the final.
And it's just a travesty that we never won anything with that team, because if you think over the course of 2 seasons, I think had most points over 2 seasons as well. Never won the league. That season that Leicester won it.
It's what you do, mate.
I'm ignoring you. And then obviously got to a Champions League final, but the cracks were starting to show before that. We went through that transition of being at Wembley for 2 seasons, and that I think also was a real turning point for us, because I think we went unbeaten at home that season as well. We were well on the way. Maybe if we'd have stayed another season and had a little bit more backing, because I think Daniel Levy and Enoch struck gold with getting Poch then, and you had like Dele Alli, and you had quite a few players. It didn't cost the world, but as a team and the way they played, there was so much cohesion between them, and everyone was on the same hymn sheet. Yep. And since sacking Pochettino 6 years ago, we've never recovered, and we've chopped and changed managers every 18 months.
I know I'm going to the news, but I need to ask you,
go on.
What about getting rid of Mourinho
before the final?
Well, doesn't that tell you everything about how the club's run?
How can that work?
Well, because I think there was a it's been said there was a bonus. Something in his contract if he was to actually win something. So you tell me, sacking Jose Mourinho 6 days before a cup final and putting Ryan Mason in charge, no disrespect, but tell me the ambition that shows from the board. All they care about is balancing, the bank, and that's fine. Because
what would be nice as well? Be nice for Spurs just to put them back-to-back top performances in just once. They can't get they're outstanding against Frankfurt in the second leg, and then look at the weekend. I know you changed a lot of players, but come on. Where's the intensity to get to the ball and make a tackle?
What I would say last night is some of the players that came in, I actually was okay. I was fairly impressed with. I thought that Tel and Odegaard offered me a lot more than I've seen in many, many weeks from someone like Son. And a lot of people say to me, why are you always on Son's back? I'm not on Son's back. I think Son has been a brilliant servant to Spurs.
Just not anymore.
Not anymore. And I think that Son would probably be better coming on for 20 minutes rather than starting a whole game. I think he gets lost. At least I saw balls going into the box last night. Richarlison trying to get on the end of stuff. It's just a real lack of quality. And for the first time in such a long time, Spurs don't have one world-class player. If you think about it, Spurs had Harry Kane through that period of time. Dele at his peak. Moussa Dembele, you couldn't get the ball off him. They had an unbelievable back four of Jan and Toby and Carl Walker and Danny Rose. Everything was brilliant at that time. Ericsson as well, Son. And, that deteriorates over time. And you fast forward to now, there isn't one world-class player at Spurs. Not one.
Don't disagree with you. I've got to balance out and say, once again, fantastic result for Forest.
Oh, outstanding.
Brilliant.
Giving themselves a real opportunity at Champions League football again. Thanks, Abby. That was fantastic.
Thanks, guys.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.